There's a silence that follows deep thinkers. Not the kind of silence you hear in an empty room, but the kind that follows you even when the room is full. The kind of silence that wraps itself around you when your eyes see what others ignore, when your mind won't stop asking the questions no one else dares to ask. You don't choose this path. Not really. It chooses you. And once your mind is awakened, once you see the game behind the game, once you feel the falsehood beneath the surface, you can never unsee it. You stand in a world screaming for validation, but your soul craves truth. You scroll through smiles that aren't real, watch dreams traded for dopamine, see people starving for approval, while their potential dies quietly inside them. And every part of you wants to shake them and scream, "There is more. There is so much more." But most won't hear you, because the deeper you go, the fewer will walk with you. This is the price. This is the burden. And this is the reason so many deep thinkers feel alone. Because thinking deeply is rebellion in a world built for distraction. It is choosing substance over spectacle. It is holding on to purpose when everyone else is chasing popularity. The mind that questions everything will always feel like a stranger in a world that celebrates conformity. And yet, that same mind, your mind, holds the seeds of revolution. Revolution of thought, revolution of self, revolution of possibility. Because while others chase noise, you seek meaning. While they wait for permission, you carve your own path. While they fear being different, you fear being inauthentic. And that is strength disguised as solitude. You were not built to fit in. You were built to rise above. You were not born to echo the crowd. You were born to lead it. Every thinker who moved humanity forward walked alone before they were followed. Socrates was sentenced for corrupting the minds of the youth, for thinking too deeply. Galileo was imprisoned for revealing that the earth was not the center of the universe. Tesla died in a hotel room, laughed at by those who now live in a world powered by his genius. They all walked alone until the world finally caught up to where they had already been. So if you feel isolated, if you feel unseen, if your ideas are met with silence, understand this. You are not broken. You are not wrong. You are early. And it is better to be early with truth than on time with mediocrity. But solitude is not your enemy. Confusion is. Because the mind that thinks deeply without clarity will drown in its own questions. So you must anchor your thoughts with purpose. You must tether your vision to something greater than yourself. You must stop overanalyzing your wounds and start building something from them. Because the world does not need more opinions. It needs vision. It needs thinkers who also move. It needs minds like yours that don't just see what is, but imagine what could be. That vision, that inner fire, is your gift. But it comes with a responsibility, and that responsibility is action. Because thought without action is self-sabotage in disguise. It's a prison made of brilliance, a cage made of infinite what-ifs. You can write the most powerful philosophies in your journal, but until they hit the pavement of your life, until you build them into habits, into conversations, into systems and products and change, they're just words lost to the wind. Deep thinking is the foundation, but applied thinking is transformation. Ford didn't just imagine the car, he built it. Carnegie didn't just believe in industry, he scaled it. Oprah didn't just feel purpose, she acted on it until the world felt it too. They were all thinkers, but more than that, they were doers. And the more you act on your thoughts, the less alone you become. Because action is the language the world understands. When your thoughts turn into results, the world takes notice. When your inner world begins shaping the outer one, the silence fades. Not because you need applause, but because purpose creates alignment. And alignment creates peace. The deepest thinkers who go on to live fulfilling lives, they don't just think, they build. They create ecosystems around their thoughts. They don't wait to be understood. They build a life that explains them. They build businesses that reflect their values. They write books that immortalize their perspective. They start movements. They teach. They design. They heal. And in doing so, they meet others who walk the same rare path. So, no, you are not meant to walk with the crowd, but you are not meant to wander forever either. You are meant to forge a trail so others can follow. But first, you must believe in the value of your own thoughts. The world has taught you to doubt yourself, to shrink your voice, to bury your genius beneath self-deprecating jokes and false humility. It has taught you to feel guilt for being intense, to apologize for being too passionate, to explain away your brilliance so others feel comfortable. And that conditioning is poison, because every time you silence your depth, you dim the light someone else is desperately searching for. You must understand, the world will try to make you forget who you are, not out of malice, but out of momentum, because mediocrity is the default, and the default wants to stay asleep. But you are not here to sleep. You are here to awaken, not just yourself, but everyone your voice touches. And that voice will only rise when you stop abandoning your own genius just to blend in with the noise. So speak, build, think, move, even when you're misunderstood, even when you're mocked, even when your path looks like madness to the masses. Because every breakthrough begins as heresy. And if you stay true to your vision long enough, you will realize something profound. You were never truly alone. You were just ahead of your time.